Good evening, viewers. I'm Ifrah and this is Dalsan TV English News, bringing you the latest updates from Somalia and beyond. Now let's have a look at the top stories for tonight. Suicide bombing in Mogadishu municipality kills 3. Al-Shabaab claims responsibility. Djibouti sends about 817 peacekeeping troops to Somalia. Al-Shabaab executes 7 alleged spies in Middle Juba region. Somalia military chief inspects training at Turkisom Academy. Welcome back, dear viewers. Now let's delve into the full bulletin. A tragic incident that struck downtown Mogadishu, a suicide bombing, has claimed the lives of 3 individuals. The extremist group Al-Shabaab has claimed responsibility for the attack, which targeted the Mogadishu municipality, where key government officials are based. Our reporter has more of the story.
Tragedy struck downtown Mogadishu as a suicide bomb explosion resulted in the confirmed deaths of at least 3 individuals. The Somali police force disclosed that the incident occurred when a suicide bomber detonated himself while attempting to evade arrest, leaving 3 dead and 2 injured. The explosion took place in the bustling Hamarwena district, near the Benadir regional headquarters. Al-Shabaab, an extremist group active in the region, promptly claimed responsibility for the attack, asserting that their target was the Mogadishu municipality, which houses important offices of the federal government. In the previous year, the organization targeted the Benadir Regional Administration headquarters in Mogadishu, culminating in an attack that claimed the lives of 5 individuals. The assault began with a suicide bombing, followed by a siege during which the terrorists engaged in a firefight with security guards. Al-Shabaab has intensified its attacks in recent times, predominantly targeting security personnel on their bases. This escalation can be attributed to the offensive launched by the National Army, supported by local residents, against the group. President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, since assuming power, has declared a total war on all fronts against the terrorists. As a result, the Somali army has achieved significant victories in their campaign. The recent recapture of the strategically important coastal town of Haradere stands as a testament to the army's progress. The town had been under the control of the terrorist group for over a decade, severely impacting the security and stability of the region. Somalia has long been plagued by insecurity, with Al-Shabaab and Daesh or ISIS representing major threats. The United Nations has repeatedly warned of escalating instability within the country, issuing periodic reports throughout the previous year that documented attacks by Al-Shabaab and pro-Daesh ISIS terrorist factions. The loss of innocent lives stresses the urgent need for continued efforts to combat extremist groups and restore peace and security to the region.
Djibouti has announced the deployment of approximately 817 peacekeeping troops to Somalia as part of their ongoing support to the Somali federal government. The troops, who completed training at the Mariam Military Academy in Djibouti, will join the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia to replace outgoing soldiers who have completed their tour of duty.
In its continued efforts to help the Somali federal government counter the effects of Al-Shabaab militant group, Djibouti has on Monday announced dispatching 817 of its soldiers who had completed training at Mariam Military Academy in Arta district in Djibouti. Defense Minister Hassan Omar Mohamed, and flanked by Army Commander General Secretary Sheikh Ibrahim and other senior military officials, presided over a farewell ceremony for the departing soldiers who are scheduled to join the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia to replace the outgoing counterparts who have completed their tour of duty. The Army Commander General Secretary, who spoke at the event, said the first batch of the military component will replace Batch 9, who are operating and stationed at Baladweyne Town, Hiran region in Hirshabelle State.
inaan dhiiggeena u shubno inaan dhiiggeena u shubno oon u daadino iyagu hadal iyo hedel iyo adduunyada geliyeen si aan u xiroono laakiin inagu waxaan ugu bedelay inaan dhiig u shubno xaggaan ku dhiman iyaga waxa la wixii gurmad leenooga baahdo saasaan u galena wadankeena ku bara.
He urged the officers to execute their duties and mandate professionally and in compliance with the established United Nations conventions governing the mandate of the peacekeepers troops in Somalia. The military chief pledged Djibouti's unwavering commitment to continue supporting Somalia in its quest to get rid of Al-Shabaab militant group that has been wreaking havoc in the Horn of Africa nation for decades now. According to the peace mission, Djibouti is the third country to deploy its troops to Somalia to fight against Al-Shabaab insurgents in 2011. The country has deployed a contingent of 960 troops into Somalia, and they are based in Beledweyne town, which serves as Sector 4 headquarters covering the Hiran region. The contingent also often extends support to Somalia people who are occasionally afflicted by natural calamities, including the current flooding which have displaced hundreds of families in Beledweyne town. The Djibouti battalion also operate in Jalalaqsi district, where they work closely with the Somali National Army and their Ethiopian counterparts in uprooting the Al-Qaeda affiliate group from the area. Mohammed Yusuf, Radio Dalsan.
Al-Shabaab has carried out a public execution of 7 men in Jilib, accusing them of being spies for the United States, Kenya and Somalia. This brutal act of violence took place in the militant group's stronghold and de facto headquarters, raising concerns about the safety and security of the local population.
The Al-Shabaab group has announced on Monday evening that it had executed 7 men in public square, accusing them of being spies for the United States, Kenya and Somalia. The executions took place in Jilib, a stronghold of the militant group and its de facto headquarters. According to Al-Shabaab media outlets, the 7 men were executed on Monday evening in Jilib. The group claimed that 4 of the men were members of the Kenyan intelligence service, while another confessed to have been working with the American intelligence agency, the CIA. The other two men were identified as members of the Somali army. The men, ranging in age from 19 to 25, were shot in front of a crowd of onlookers. Residents speaking anonymously due to security concerns reported that an Al-Shabaab judge at the scene of the execution read out the charges against the men before their deaths. The residents expressed shock and horror at the brutal event, highlighting the climate of fear and repression imposed by the extremist group. The United States has played a key role in the fight against Al-Shabaab, both within Somalia and beyond. Despite the withdrawal of the U.S. Africa Command, the U.S. has remained engaged in counterterrorism efforts. Previously, nearly 700 soldiers were stationed in Somalia, with some involved in training the Danab Special Forces. Al-Shabaab has a history of publicly executing individuals it accuses of spying for the Somali government or assisting in the fight against the group.
Somalia's military chief, General Ibrahim Sheikh Muhyiddin Adow, has visited the Turkisom Military Academy to assess the training progress of officers from the National Armed Forces. The visit aims to strengthen bilateral ties between Somalia and Turkey, while acknowledging Turkey's support in enhancing the capabilities of the Somali army.
Somalia's military chief, General Ibrahim Sheikh Muhyiddin Adow, paid a visit to the Turkisom Military Academy to assess the training and progress of officers from the Somali army. The purpose of the visit was to strengthen bilateral ties between Somalia and Turkey while expressing gratitude for Turkey's support in bolstering the capabilities of the Somali army. During his visit, General Muhyiddin met with Turkish officials, conveying his heartfelt appreciation for Turkey's steadfast commitment to supporting the Somali army. The discussions held between Major General Ibrahim and senior officers of the Turkisom Command focused on collaborative efforts and mutual support between Turkey and Somalia. The Chief of Defense Forces extended his gratitude to the Turkisom Command for their continuous assistance and dedication to strengthening the capabilities of the Somali army. Turkey's active involvement in providing training and capacity building programs to the Somali armed forces has played a vital role in enhancing their operational effectiveness. The partnership between Turkey and Somalia in defense and military cooperation has proven instrumental in countering terrorism and ensuring stability in the region. The renewed Turkisom Military Academy offers advanced courses in various military and defense fields, equipping Somali officers with necessary skills, knowledge, and professionalism to effectively address the security challenges faced by the country.
The United States Navy has launched an intensive search and rescue operation to locate 2 Navy SEALs who went missing during a failed intercept operation off the coast of Somalia. The search taking place in the Gulf of Aden involves the deployment of ships and aircraft as efforts intensify to locate the missing personnel. Our reporter has more on the story.
The United States Navy has launched an extensive search and rescue operation to locate 2 Navy SEALs who disappeared off the coast of Somalia on Thursday night last week. The search, which is being conducted in the Gulf of Aden, involves the deployment of ships and aircraft to locate the missing personnel. According to U.S. defense officials, the SEALs went missing during an attempt to intercept a dhow suspected of carrying a weapons shipment. The operation was part of ongoing efforts by a naval unit to combat illegal arms trafficking and other illicit activities in the region. It's important to know that this operation is separate from the ongoing mission to protect vessels in the Red Sea from attacks by Yemen's Houthi rebel group. During the interception operation, one of the SEALs fell into the turbulent waters of the nighttime sea while boarding the dhow. Reacting swiftly, the second SEAL jumped into the water in an attempt to rescue his comrade. Unfortunately, neither of them resurfaced, leading to their current status as missing. The US Navy has mobilized significant resources to locate the missing SEALs. Ships and aircraft are conducting an extensive search in the Gulf of Aden, employing advanced search and rescue techniques to cover a wide area. The goal is to locate and recover the missing personnel as quickly as possible. The Navy has not released the names of the missing SEALs, respecting the privacy and security concerns of their families. The search operation is ongoing, and the US Navy is receiving support from international partners in the region. Cooperation and coordination between naval forces are essential in such challenging situations, and the collective effort will continue until the missing SEALs are found. The families, friends, and colleagues of the missing SEALs are anxiously awaiting any news about.
That's all we have prepared for you, dear viewers. Kindly stay connected to Dalsan TV platforms, and we wish you a lovely evening.